Hi, I just finished reading your pre-research documents. I read the blur logs on Saturday and checked over the quizzes. On the quizzes, I think some of you were overthinking. Usually with true false, your first instinct is the right instinct, and then to overthink it, sorry, but I'm getting that announcement, I don't know what it is. Anyway, some of you are overthinking, and usually your first instinct is the best instinct on true false. Don't start overthinking the question. Just what does it say? Is that statement true or false? Don't think of all the possibilities of what it means. Just take it literally what it is. Blur logs, my biggest disappointment was that a good 1/3, maybe even more of you did not turn one in this week. It was on the assignment for this week that you needed to submit another one. As I noted, your blur logs now are worth 24 points total. By the end, it'll be worth 60. So don't panic. If you want to know what your grade is so far, divide 24 into whatever number I have on your Dropbox for the blur log. As to the pre-research, I would say everyone who really turned in a complete document had a B or better. I did receive many documents that were not complete. Well, not many, maybe 4 or 5. Those documents show me that you just didn't get started enough, and I did say to you, you needed to start early on this assignment. You will need to start early on the research assignment, or the draft assignment, which is this week, and let me take you there. And those of you that aren't finding the Dropbox, as you keep writing me, I can't find the Dropbox, I can't find the Dropbox, all you do is go to content. Now this week in content, I have several videos, some that I created last year for my 111 class or before. It was when I was ill and I wasn't coloring my hair. And then I have two that are very good that were made by another professor that I found on YouTube. I would suggest you view all these, take notes, and possibly view them a couple times. Your first assignment again is the blur log. It'll be another 12 points. Your total will be 32. To find the Dropbox, you just click on blur. And then you just click upload. The same thing it'll be the same thing for writing your research draft, and it's very important you watch these videos before you begin writing the draft, okay? Now please remember your draft is not your first attempt. I would suggest you have your first attempt made by Wednesday and then look at it again on Friday and revise it, because it'll look very different to you, and you'll see places where, oh, maybe you didn't have a pie paragraph. Look carefully at those pie paragraphs. The other thing I want to talk to you about on your articles is that you should be thinking about what you're learning from reading Blur when you look at these articles, and think about what the authors say about the credibility of these articles. One of you mentioned Blur when you were doing your analysis, and I could see that someone was making the connections. I would like all of you to try to make those connections as you're going through your articles again, and start thinking about what's credible, what isn't. I was very, very pleased to see that the people that completed the assignment had scholarly articles and did not resort to Google Very good. Excellent. Those who didn't do well didn't finish the assignment. And if you didn't finish the assignment from last week, writing this research draft is going to be difficult, because the pre-research asked you to think about your thesis, so you have a tentative working thesis. You've got your support, and you need just to take the support into your pie paragraphs, with the main, what you wrote as your major evidence becomes the I in your P paragraphs, or in your pie paragraphs. So the assignment from last week has your major evidence, and that major evidence can become the I's in your paragraph. Some of you did not find articles that were directly related to your thesis. You seem to pick the first 5 that you found. So be careful. You may have to do some more research. And I noted that on your pre-research. Now, to find the drop box for this assignment, again, all you do is hit on the research draft, and you scroll down under it, and then you just upload the files. Many of you are not scrolling down far enough to find that. Please remember that you need to go to content, and I'm in content right now, to find the assignment. And then you'll find the videos that way, and then you will find the assignments, Blur and the research draft. If you're going to course schedule, it's got it's got a lot of things, and you may not be able to find this week's assignment. Okay. I think that's all I've got to say. If you have questions, please let me know. And have a good week. You can post the questions and raise your hand, or you can post them to me and remind.